Now here's Embiid. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
And you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Embiid throwing it down with some funk.
In the corner, George with it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Outside Tatum. Beyond the arc. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. And it's George missing. The Celtics with the lead. Pass to Tatum. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Excellent job finishing on the inside. Tatum doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Pass to Embiid. And he converts the layup. Embiid's got 8.
And right there, Embiid showing he's just too big and too skilled to stop.
Here's White. And no good on the last second attempt this time. A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot of energy for Philadelphia. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it. Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Oubre can't get it to go. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Boston making a switch here. 76ers trailing. Outside Lowry. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
The 3 from George. Drills the three-pointer. George has got 8.
Calm and cool from distance. George really confident from beyond.
Pass to Pritchard. Back to Craig. 6 to shoot. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. And now the 76ers on the break. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Back to George. In the corner, it's Gordon. And a miss there on the triple.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates is a big part of it.
Embiid, no good. So it's the Celtics now. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Embiid, no good. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. Boston shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Out to White. Fires for three. Rebound by the 76ers. Pass to Yabusele. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. Here's Drummond. Now George. Here's Yabusele. Hits it from three-point range. Yabusele's got it all tied up now for Philadelphia.
Oh, nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
To the middle. The kick out to Tatum. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, and it's no good. Pass to Maxey. They get a hand on it. On the wing, Holiday. 5 points in the game.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, sipping in before the D can rotate.
Outside for George. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. One-on-one fast break. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Off target from outside. Now the 76ers with it. Trailing by 2. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big-time mistake. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Knocks down the three ball. White's got the lead up to 4 now for the Celtics.
Well, Brown is always looking to score, but he's far from a selfish player, and he will move the ball, too.
Back to White. It's White on the wing. For 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Drummond. Kicks it out to Gordon. Outside, George. Connects from three-point range. George has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Philadelphia. Now Brown. White, wide open. He fires. White with another miss. It'll count. No good on the last second attempt there. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's the Celtics up by 1. They'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Outside Holiday. Takes a 3. And the 3 ball is good. Holiday's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Boston. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time. And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Pass to Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Paul George with the steal. Out left to the wing. Here's McCain. Outside for George. For the lead, and the layup is up and in. George has got 17 now.
And we know George can score from all three levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
The 76ers lead it. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. You have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him. You have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. How about this run break they're on right now? Wow.
I mean, they're just getting to their spots and executing, really keeping things simple.
And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Oubre with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Porzingis with the block. Outside Tatum. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Outside, Walker. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Drummond up top, still without a basket. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to McCain. Here's Walker with the 3. Here's Drummond. Nice D from Porzingis. Celtics trailed by 4. Here's Brown. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. Buries the long-range jumper.
And so many of Gordon's shots come from three-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Philadelphia leading by 5. Pass to Drummond. Walker trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Drummond.
Well, if Drummond's going to score, the paint is where it's going to happen.
Brown outside. Driving to the basket. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
To the left wing. Drummond in the post. Lays it up off the glass. Drummond's got the lead up to 7 now for Philadelphia.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
The three from Tatum. Hits the three-point bomb. Tatum's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's what makes Tatum so dangerous. Offensively, he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective.
Back to Gordon. Here's Drummond. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Porzingis. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
No good with the layup.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Pritchard. Nothing on the board. Here's Hauser. Here's Cornette. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
Yeah, a skilled player can work around the mismatch. He's used to dealing with larger guys.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. 76ers lead by 5. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Here's Walker. Over to the left wing. Here's Drummond. Rebounded by the Celtics. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's his first foul. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey guys, during the last timeout, I listened to Nick Nurse talk to his team. While the team is up, Coach doesn't want his team to let up. He told the team to finish this game. Do not think this will be easy. Comebacks before. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Here's Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Hauser. And he's good on the 3-ball. Hauser's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And it's the attention to detail that sets Tatum apart from most players in our league.
Pass to Embiid. For 3, Oubre sinks the triple. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Now, Craig. Here's Hauser. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. And the Celtics lead by 1. Here's George. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
I love seeing George be so assertive down low. Certainly doesn't lack confidence. An accomplished scorer.
Here's Horford. And the dunk by Horford.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg. Everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Coming onto the floor for the Celtics, number 4, Drew Holiday.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here's Embiid. And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
It's just so tough to knock Embiid off the block. That's his territory.
And again, Boston with the triple.
Just a humongous fourth quarter for him, especially from long range. Just in a groove now, and that tray has been deadly. Clearly a foul.
Second team foul.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Boston?
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
To the inside. Outside Holiday. Pass to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Nice ball movement by Boston. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Nobody near George. That's good, and that's Embiid with the assist.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Down low. The kick out to Brown. Tatum with it. George picks him up. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And you can rely on Porzingis in these moments. He's always ready to shoulder the load offensively.
Oubre can't get it to go. Boston leading by 3. Ah, here comes Tatum. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Outside Maxey. A 3-ball. Embiid, no good. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Paul George with the steal. And now Maxey pushing it up, and no one back there to stop him.
So poised in these situations. Love seeing Maxey rise to the occasion and knock that one down.
Mr. Porzingis. Back to Tatum. Porzingis with the ball. Up top, Tatum. 5 to shoot. Tatum gets it to go inside.
And let's give some credit to Tatum. Doesn't crack when the pressure's on. He just seems to embrace the moment.
And it's George finishing it off.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Outside Holiday. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And in the big moment, Embiid is your guy. He's always ready to go on the attack.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Back to Tatum. Brown outside. Inside. The Celtics need to get a shot off. There's Tatum. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. Here's George. No good. First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. That one drops. He ties it up.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. The 3 from Tatum. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed... Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Here we go. Oubre outside. And they double up Embiid. Pass to Oubre. Now here's Embiid. Maxey on the wing. 4 on the shot clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Embiid, no good. And here's Tatum. They'll bring it up to the Celtics. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is up. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
That one is good from Joel Embiid. Pass to Brown. 3-pointer. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. To the middle. To take the lead. Back to Oubre. Embiid with it. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Pass to Tatum. Here's Brown. Back to Tatum. Down low. The kick out to Holiday. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Holiday's got the lead up to 4 now for Boston.
A solid outside game. Holiday has good lift on his J. And at 6'4", he can get his shot off against just about anybody.
3-pointer by Embiid. Again, Embiid missing.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Big man coming through. Love whenever Porzingis puts his head down and just charges hard towards the basket.
Back to Gordon. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
There's Tatum. A shot off that time. Good D by Embiid.
And overtime has come down to this. They need at least 2 points or you can kiss this baby goodnight.
And Philadelphia has possession. He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2 here. Maxey hits them both.
Yeah, he's a guy you want at the line, and clearly not affected by the moment.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
He had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line. No good. Here's Maxey. Oh, no good.
And give credit to Maxey for just being aggressive inside, earning that whistle in the process.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really won. He's got one more, though. That's off as well, so he misses both. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ballgame.
Great composure there. calmly knocks them down to put this game out of reach.
Launches a three. It counts. So we see Boston get the win here. They escape with a victory, although they need an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all.